Hello, Darren the Magic Ghostbuster here, and in this video I'm talking a little bit about something from the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailer. Now, if you are watching this before Frozen Empire has been released, and you're trying to avoid anything to do with Frozen Empire before you see it, please turn off now.
According to these hacks, they saved the world. No eyewitnesses.
So, Walter Peck says there were no eyewitnesses to the Ghostbusters saving the world. This has caused quite a bit of chatter online, with people saying, hold on a minute, Peck, you were an eyewitness yourself. You saw the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and even got covered in marshmallow goo. But first of all, we're assuming that Peck is talking about that incident. He might be talking about what happened in Ghostbusters Afterlife. There were no other eyewitnesses. But if he is talking about the 1984 incident, Peck's thinking on this is explained in the original film.
These men are consummate snowball artists. They use sense and nerve gases to induce hallucinations. People think they're seeing ghosts. And they call these bozos who conveniently show up to deal with the problem with a fake electronic light show.
So there you go. Peck says that the Ghostbusters were using nerve gases, fake electronic light shows to make people believe they were seeing ghosts. And that is probably his thoughts on the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He probably thought him and everyone else in that crowd was under the influence of all these things, and that's why they're seeing all this stuff. But let's take it a little bit further. So the eyewitnesses, the people outside Dana's apartment, and everyone who saw the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, saw the Ghostbusters go into the building, they saw the building blow up the top, and that is all they really saw. They saw the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man explode, but they didn't see what happened up the top. They didn't see Gozer, they didn't see them cross the streams or anything like that. Oh, they did technically see Gozer. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is Gozer, you know what I mean. But what did they actually see? Not much. Did they realise that the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man could have destroyed the world? You know, to them it was just this mascot, you know, giant mascot, could have crushed them, but did they believe it could really destroy the world? You know, perhaps not. They probably would have thought, you know, if the Ghostbusters don't sort it, the army just would have come and obliterated it. So I'm not convinced people would have actually believed that that was a possible world-ending event. Now, the only eyewitness, and he actually says he's an eyewitness in, you know, as the credits are rolling, is Lewis Tully. But I don't really think many people are going to listen to his witness statement.
Because one time I turned into a dog and they helped me. Thank you.
And this kind of ties into what people have been saying for years as well, long before Frozen Empire, or even Afterlife was a fault, is that why don't people believe in ghosts in Ghostbusters 2? And I think one thing people don't think about is that New York is a massive, massive, massive city, and although the Ghostbusters were obviously busy, you know, we see them after the music montage, Peter and Ray just looking completely wiped out from all the work they've been doing.
I gotta get some sleep. I'm dying.
You don't look good.
I don't?
Well, you look better. You didn't used to look like this.
It's not like every single house in, or flat, or apartment, or shop in New York has been haunted and they've had to deal with every single one. You know, they'd have to be working for years non-stop to deal with that, or, you know, have a team of hundreds. It's just not possible. And, you know, the old saying, seeing is believing. So, you know, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of New Yorkers who would not have seen a ghost. And, you know, some of them will believe in ghosts, some of them will not. So I think people forget that. And also with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, it's not like he was walking all over New York. He was only in a very small part of New York. Now, one thing you might say to me is, but the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was captured on camera. And to that I would say many other instances have been captured on camera. You know, the moon landing and 9/11 being the two big ones that there's lots of conspiracy theories about, and I don't think the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man would be any different. You know, like I said, there's lots of video stuff of 9/11 and the moon landing. Now, whether you think they're faked or not is entirely up to you. But why would the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man not be any different? If that was a real incident, lots of people would be going on forums and all sorts of things saying that's superimposed and all this sort of stuff. So I actually think people not believing in ghosts, despite what we've seen in the film, is probably one of the most realistic things in the entire franchise, because people don't believe anything anymore. The most recent event is obviously the COVID-19 stuff. Lots of people don't believe in that, despite all the deaths and everything. People think it's all made up and all that. And again, if that's what you think, that's entirely up to you. I'm not judging anyone, but my point is that people don't believe this stuff despite what's in front of them. So, like I said, I think it is very plausible that someone like Peck would still think the Ghostbusters made it all up. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, keep on busting.
Want to give a big shout out to the Magic Ghostbuster. Hey Darren, very, very impressive.